Elect Tina Sanders, Sylacauga City Council District 1 in the Sylacauga City election on August 26th. We're joined by Tina Sanders this morning. Tina, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Jimmy Dear. How are you this morning?
Well, it's an honor to have you with us this morning. First of all, for people who don't know you, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, my name is Tina Sanders. I'm born and raised in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. I'm a mother of 3 children and have fostered and adopted several. I went to school in Tuscaloosa Central High School, the first class to graduate out of Central High School.
So how did you get into Sylacauga?
Well, family.
Okay.
Family. I have family all throughout the area in Talladega County. Relocated, wanted to move back south, but didn't want to go to Tuscaloosa. So family said, come here. So that's how I ended up here.
Yeah. So how do you like this area? You've been here a long time, right?
I've been here a pretty good time, and I love it. I like the peace, and I love the people. You know, it just, and my children are flourishing here.
Yeah. So what is some of your background? I know you've been involved in a lot of social and economic areas and a lot of church work as well. Talk about that.
Yes, sir. I'm a member of Harper Springs Baptist Church, where Reverend James O'Blackman is my pastor. I am a minister there. So I'm very involved in the church. I'm very involved in the community, just serving. I love to serve.
So what got you started in your servanthood at church and outside of church as well?
Well, you know, my job consists of working in the community and dealing with people. I work a lot with homicide families. So the care and the concern, the passion for people, I love people. And that's what just drove me to that.
Well, let's get to the challenges that lie ahead and opportunities that lie ahead. Your candidate for City Council District 1 is 5 fields. That's a crowded field, the most crowded field of any of the races.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And the thing about it is, I feel that everyone would make a sound decision, but of course I feel that I would be the best one to serve.
Talk about District 1. What are people saying to you on the campaign trail?
You know, they're saying a lot of different things, and as you know, the drainage is one of the things, but they also want to bring back the unity between, bridging the gap between the community and City Hall and the City Council. They feel that a lot have fell off.
Have you ever run for office before?
Yes, sir.
Okay, talk about that.
I ran for City Council in the city of Buffalo, New York.
Okay, that's a few years ago.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Quite a few years ago.
Yeah, and running for office here, why do you think you can make a difference here?
Because I'm willing to serve. I'm not just looking for a seat. I'm willing to serve, and I'm accessible, accountability, and very transparent. I'm not going to be one that you're going to call and I don't get a response back from. And you're not just going to see me during campaign time. You will still continue to see me even during the term of the seat.
We're talking with Tina Sanders, who's a candidate for Sylacauga City Council District 1 in the August 26th citywide elections. And did you wrestle with the thought of running for office, or you just make your mind up and say, I'm in?
No, I wrestled with the thought. I really did. I've always been going to the council meetings, even before I even thought about running. So I just like, should I, shouldn't I? You know, I'm a new girl on the block. You know, will they receive me? Yeah. But I have something to bring to the people.
What have you seen in your time going to the city council meetings? What are some of the pluses? What are some of the minuses?
You know, the pluses are that the financial state of the city is really in good shape. And a lot of people don't see it because they only see what's going on at the present time. But over the process of attending council meetings, you get a better understanding of what's going on. Some of the negative is that it's got to be more collaboration, more unity, and give the constituents more of what they need.
What would you say to people who make the comments that our city in City Hall seemingly is in disarray? How would you respond to that?
That's why it's time to put new people in the seat. It's time to bring a change. It's time for fresh eyes, fresh ears, and fresh ideas. For someone that's going to come in there and not just be about self. I'm not part of the buddy system. I'm not attached to anyone. So can nobody tell me which way to go when I'm serving the people.
Does that concern you? Because a lot of offices, whether it's in this city or other cities, is that buddy-buddy syndrome.
Oh yeah, and that's one of the concerns of running, because I'm not attached to someone and my opponents are, but I just feel that to be successful, I need to be able to hear the people.
Let's go back and talk about your family a little bit. You said you had 5 children? Is that
I'm a mother of 3, but I've adopted several.
okay? So how did the adopting children come into play?
Well, you know, I'm an only child. And my parents always had other people's children. But, you know, back then it was just like they just stayed with you. You know, when the,
Yeah.
yeah, you know, that type of stuff. So I've always had other people around me, and it just, I don't know where it came from, and I just started being a foster mom, and then it went from there to adopting.
Never regretted it.
Never regretted it, never. As a matter of fact, I'm in the process of my last 4, adopting my last 4.
Oh, wow.
Yes, sir.
Wow. So you're involved in church.
Yes, sir.
How long have you been ministering?
Oh, I've been ministering now over 10 years.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And when God called you, that's without repentance, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But I said, okay, God, you sure you want this old girl?
Tina Sanders, our guest this morning, candidate for Sylacauga City Council District 3. Outside, or District 1, I should say,
Yes.
outside of your district, what are some of the needs that you see in the city of Sylacauga that need to be addressed collectively as a council?
Oh, absolutely. I think that the downtown area, I think we need to bring that to a more walkable community. I think the Beautification Council and some of the things that they want to do, I think it will help the city tremendously because the hub right there, and it's a lot of nice shops and boutiques there. So I see that things need to be done there. You know, and as I visit other places like the animal shelter, you know, and I'm a big fan of the new rec center. I think that's going to be a great asset for being the city of Sylacauga for all ages.
Mm-hmm. Talk first about the animal shelter. It seems to be on the council agenda nearly every meeting, and you know, nobody seems to know how we can wrap our arms around this thing and get it under control, which is not under control now.
Right, right. I think one of the things of is if any of them would really actually go out there instead of just sitting down discussing it, they'll make a change. And that's what I seen when I went out there and had the tour and looked around. That will be one of my priorities is working with the animal shelter.
Describe your first visit to that animal shelter.
You would, it's just like, if it's such thing as animal cruelty, but not animal cruelty, they're doing the best they can. They have amazing staff. Miss Stephanie, they are awesome in there. They're working with what they got, but there's no reason that we can't assist them in having more, doing more for them.
Yeah.
New facility is definitely needed.
We seem to have and continue to have an influx of animals, dogs,
Yes.
and cats, and we see more and more stories of animals attacking
Yes.
the elderly and the younger as well.
Yes, and that's the thing. I think that's more one of the reasons why we need to really get into that animal shelter and get things done, because we don't want that to happen here. It's happened all everywhere else, but we don't want it to happen here.
We're talking with Tina Sanders, candidate for Sylacauga City Council District 1 in the August 26th city election. The rec center.
Yes, sir.
I know that we're just in the process of building the pickleball
Yes, sir.
site, and there's going to be a basketball court there. But overall, we haven't had a swimming pool in this area in
Ages.
5 or 6 years at least.
Right, right. And that's, you know, that's one of the things that rec center gonna have the pool, and you don't have to worry about because it'll be an indoor pool. So that's a plus right there, because you know how hot is it being and being in the pool, the sun. You don't want to be out there in the sun beating you down like that. So the rec center is going to be a great asset because it'll be able to bring tournaments in. It'll be able to bring different functions into the rec center that's going to bring revenue into the city of Sylacauga.
As a candidate, have you been able to look at the financial structure of Sylacauga? And I hear from other candidates that are incumbents that the city's in good shape. Have you been able to look at any of that?
Just a little bit, and from what I've seen, and then you know how you go back and look from previous times, you do see that it is in good shape. There's money's there that's being allocated in good directions. This council has done a great job as far as financially. We just need to come together and be a unity.
Yeah, and I think that's a consensus of most every candidate that sat where you're sitting this morning is, we've got some good things going on, but, we fuss and fight more than anything else in city council meetings.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think that, your image in front of people, and this city council meetings are streamed all over. So if we need to show good when we're sitting up there.
Fire and police,
Yes,
two
sir.
critical pieces to the success of any city or town, including Sylacauga.
Yes, sir. And they're very important, so we got to make sure that they're good at all times. Fire and police, they're the ones, they're here to serve us. They're here. If I have my house catch a fire, I want to be able for them to get there. I don't want to be because I voted no on something that it was a hindrance, my family or anyone else's family. And same with the police department. They're working hard, tired. They doing things that the city don't even know anything about. So we have to make sure that they're good.
One of the age-old questions or complaints maybe that has come through this interview segment down through the last few months, we don't have anything to do in our city for our youth. Have you heard that?
Oh, absolutely. Look, I have children. But that's where the rec center gonna play a big factor in. And there's things to do. The rec center, J. Craig Center, has all type of stuff going on. I think the families need to get out. They got food truck Fridays, like they got the tournament coming up for tennis. They have the all type of stuff. I just signed one of my kids up for soccer. I just signed one of my children back up for gymnastics. It's stuff there. We got to get out and be a part of what's going on instead of sitting back saying, hey, we don't have nothing to do. Now, I agree it needs to be a designated area for something for the teenagers so they don't be out here. Because you know what they used to say about idle mind is a devil's workshop. They need something to do for the teens, I would say. But I feel that's where the rec center going to come in with a big play with it.
We have a large contingency of elderly
Yes, sir.
In our town. And I know that the Recreation Center has quite a number of programs specifically for the elderly. Any ideas about what else can be done as far as bringing our elderly to the table more?
I think some of the things with the elderly, they want to feel safe when they're moving around and going places and doing things. My parents are deceased now, but one of the biggest things that I made sure was if there was something going on, that I would make sure that they was there. And that's where it come in. So I think having things, and it's simple stuff that the elderly like crafts. It's nothing that you have to do real major for the elderly. Luncheons, different things, and I know they have like the Bridge Club and different things. So it's stuff out there, but there's always room for more.
What is your pledge to the voters in District 1 and to the city of Sylacauga if you are elected City Council District 1 in August?
Well, my pledge would be is that I'm going to be there for you. I'm not just a person that say, hey, vote for me, and you never see me again. Not just for District 1, but I'm going to serve the whole entire city of Sylacauga. Because if I get a call, say, from District 4, just saying a number, and there's a need, I'm going to try to, get that need taken care of. And if I don't know what to do, I'm going to make the call to see what can be done to assist that constituent. So my pledge to the city of Sylacauga is vote for Tina Sanders, someone that knows the community, that's community-minded, that people are her passion, and that's someone that's going to come forth and do the work that's needed to be done, not just because I want my name up there as City Council for District 1, because I love people.
Tina Sanders, our guest this morning, and much more conversation before August 26th. We got the forum coming up.
Yes, sir.
And
yes, sir.
I believe from everybody I've talked to that they're expecting a large crowd for that. And it goes back to, we talk a lot and say we need to do this and do that. But at the polling place, we've been disappointing as far as numbers for our turnout and voting.
Yes, sir. And I think one of the things that I even said that I would do, I would provide rides. Just in case, you never know, maybe someone could not get there that particular day. I will provide rides, and not just for District 1, okay? Anyone that need a ride to vote, because voting is very important. So anyone for any district that would need a ride, I will be providing rides for them. We need the turnout, and it's not just the city of Sylacauga, it's all over the turnouts are low. But people need to understand that your local government is very important. Everybody turns out for president, but your local government is very, very important.
Have you or do you know the current mayor of Sylacauga?
Yes, I've met with Mr. Heigl.
Okay. And he is running for re-election as well. And so all except one, I think, is running for re-election, their prospective positions. We have our local hospital here.
Yes, sir.
And, you know, we've got a hospital in Alexander City. We've got just up the corridor in Birmingham and
Yes,
Inverness,
sir.
we've got hospitals. Why should we choose Sylacauga as Coosa Valley Hospital?
Because you know, and that's amazing because my kids be having the bumps, the humps, you know, just had a big bike accident. So I like the service, I like the care, I like that they take the time. It don't matter how busy they are. They're gonna give you the service and the comfort that you need. And I like that about Coosa Valley. If I had a choice, that's where, if something were to happen to me, take me to Coosa Valley.
Industry is a much talked about conversation piece as well. Bringing in new industry, bringing in more housing. Your thoughts on that?
You know, in order to bring in more housing for people to live in, we got to bring the jobs in. So we can build more houses, but if we don't have anyone to put in them. So absolutely, we need to bring in more industries where people work, the money stay into the city. You know, because I believe that you work in the city, you need to live in the city. Bring that money back into the city and that build that revenue up that we need.
Tina Sanders, our guest this morning, District 1 Sylacauga City Council candidate in a field of 5. You know, a lot of people think that, well, with 5 candidates, more than likely it'll be a runoff.
And I'm going to be in the runoff. I will be in the runoff.
All right.
Yes, sir. I believe God.
Before we go this morning, I want to circle back around and talk about your relationship. I know you're a minister, and we've got several ministers that are either on the council now or running for office. Your relationship with God is very, very important to you, isn't it?
Very important. Very important. And that's when, you know, being in city council, running for city council, serving the people, you know, I got to do the right thing because I have to give an account for that. So yes, my relationship with God is very important. So being that I'm not going to just sit here and do anything for the city or for District 1, because no matter what, at the end of the day, when I lay down at night, I want to be able to lay down at peace.
Conversation pieces about the decorum at Sylacauga City Council meetings. What are your pluses as far as bringing somewhat of a peaceful meeting instead of turbulent and people coming to see who's going to say this and who's going to say that instead of looking out for the needs of our city in Sylacauga? Well,
you know, I think we're bringing the peace in. First of all, I think, and I believe that everyone that's on the council is God-fearing. So why not before, at least if we could get there a few minutes just before council meeting, let's just come together, have a little small prayer, you know, so we can guide our minds, guide our tongues to what we're about to go out here and do and say for the people, because it's not about us. It's not about us. Yes, we have families here. We have, you know, we're raising our families here and doing, our kids are in the school system here. I want us to be at a point where we can go out there, be decent, be respectful, and morals and character.
District 1, kind of lay out for us what District 1 and where District 1 encompasses. It's pretty scattered about.
It's very scattered about, and it's like a, I don't know, I was all through District 1. I'm all up in Sycamore area, you know, coming back Country Club area, Valley View, Taylor Estates, then you dip on, then it cuts back around a little bit past the Indian Valley. It's real crazy. It's just real puzzling. And then you got some areas that you see, because on the maps, District 1 is in purple. So I get to riding around and come to find I'm on a bunch of tracks. So it's really cut up pretty good.
Are you afraid of controversy?
Not at all. Not at all. I deal with people every day, and all type of people. I'm not afraid of it at all. I think I can handle what God put before me.
Well, we appreciate you coming this morning. Tina Sanders, candidate for Sylacauga City Council District 1 in the August 26 city elections. And before we head out the door this morning, I want you to speak through this camera right here to the voters in District 1, not only voters in District 1, but throughout the city of Sylacauga, why they should put you in office on August 26th, City Council District 1.
Yes, sir. First of all, thank you, Mr. Jimmy Dale, for having me here this morning. And the reason that you should put Tina Sanders, check the box for Tina Sanders, August the 26th, 2025. I'm someone that's community-minded, someone that loves the people, someone that's just not going to work for District 1. I'm going to work for the entire city of Sylacauga tirelessly, whatever the need may be. I will answer my phone call. I will come see about you. Vote for Tina Sanders, someone that's going to know what's going on in your community, that do not mind coming out making the challenges or the necessary changes, no matter what part of the city that you live in. So when you go to the ballot, go to the polling places, look at your ballot, vote Tina Sanders, District 1, your future city council member.
Well, it's an honor to have you this morning, and I put my notes down here, and one thing that I did not mention, I do want to bring this to your attention, is about our educational system in Sylacauga.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I have had the privilege of going over to the middle school, doing the programs, talking to the youth there about different things, being aware of their surroundings, peer pressure. So I'm very involved in the education, and I want to bridge that gap where city council and the education department can really work together and make sure that there's a lot going on in this world. And we need to make sure that our kids are ready and aware, of things that's going on, because we want them to stay in the city, but just by chance if they move away.
You actually pray about decisions you make and the decisions forthcoming as a possible member of the city council.
Absolutely, absolutely. I prayed before I came here. So prayer is a big part of my life. And the thing about it is that I can't do anything without prayer. I wouldn't be able to sit here with you today and have this conversation if it weren't for God's grace and mercy. So I know that going forward, being Sylacauga's District 1 City Council member, I know I'm going to be good at what I do, and I know that without him, I wouldn't be able to be good. So I got to keep him at the forefront at all times.
Sylacauga candidate District 1, Tina Sanders, our guest on today's show, and the election coming up August 26th. The forum is August the 12th. You'll be there, right?
I'll be there.
All right.
I'll be there. I'm so excited and ready.
All right.
I'm ready for the forum.
Tina, it's an honor to have you today.
It's an honor to be here, Mr. Jimmy Dale.
We got more coming up right after this.